so much for joining. There we go. Okay. We are now live on everything. I am live on Clubhouse. I am live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. All right. Let's get started because I don't have long to be on here for right now anyway on this particular channel on TikTok. Anywho, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Radia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not following me, please follow me. I am trying to get this account to 10K. You all know what's going on with the ban on TikTok. So we're all trying to get to 10K so that before TikTok is taken away from us, that we are able to, get paid from TikTok, inshallah. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan, welcome. Let me begin with dua. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Astagfirullah. Rasulullah. If you are not following me, please do. If you don't mind, this is one thing I also ask everyone whenever they enter. Thank you so much for the hearts. Everyone to do is to share this live, share this information. Some of you may be new to TikTok. The rules of engagement when people are live is to tap that screen. So as you saw the hearts, that is sending it out to the algorithm to let people know that we are live. And so if you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. And again, like I said, I'm trying to grow the page to 10K. We all want to get paid, alhamdulillah, I do have a TikTok shop that's on the other channel. Feel free to browse it. It's the Pad Specialist for Radia Spa Essentials. So feel free to patronize me there, inshallah. So since I don't have a lot of time, I want to go ahead and begin with my topic for today. And this is in regards to event planners. I would love to know how many of you all that are listening, how many of you all plan events for your friends, your family. I just want to see, some show of hands or some likes or some thumbs up or some hearts or something. Let me know that I'm not talking to myself. How many of you all plan events? You're the go-to person. All right. Thank you, Ms. Thank you so much for the hearts. All right. So we got a couple people, I think. Tamara, Colby, Robert, Benjamin, thank you all so much for joining. Welcome. If you are not following me, I would love to follow, please. As if you have been paying attention to what's going on, especially if you're in the US, they are trying to ban TikTok because TikTok is taking too much money, making too many people, too Americans in particular, making them rich. We're creating 6 and 7 figures because of TikTok, and they can't control it. So they want it to be shut down for the US market. So before that happens, I would appreciate the follows because I am trying to get it to 10K. So please help me out with that, inshallah. And for those that are tuning in on Clubhouse, if you are not following the house, feel free to follow the house. For those of you, if you ever go on Clubhouse, the house that I have there, one of them is called Taking Care 5 Before 5. Feel free to join that house. We have rooms there very regularly, alhamdulillah. Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for joining. So I want to appeal to the people who are the event planners, the go-to people when it's a reunion, be it a class reunion, a family reunion, a school reunion. Perhaps you are the one that plans fundraising events. Maybe you do the cruises, you do the trips, the girl trips, the weddings. Where are those people? I want to know where you are. Let me know. Are you that person among your friends, among your family? Let me know. Thumbs up, hearts, something. Let me know. Because this is really for you, or for those of you, maybe this might be of interest to you. You're not that person, or maybe this is something you're thinking about doing, right? So if that be the case, I want to share with you that, especially if you are already doing it, I'm quite sure many of you are leaving money on the table. You don't know how you could increase the money that you're making with planning your events. Okay, so that's what we're here to talk about: how you can increase your money in the event planning space. Especially if this is something you already do. And that's half the battle: knowing how to go about doing it, right? Planning the actual events. But did you know one of the most searched terms in Google and all search engines is one word? Who knows what the word is? Does anyone know what the one word is that is the most widely searched term when it comes to searching using Google or these other search engines? Does anybody know? Any guesses? Assalamu alaikum. Greetings. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Sandra, Owo, Tip, let's see. Shanda, cancer wants to stop me. Okay. Miss Snell, Ice Snake, thank you so much for joining. Yari, Harif, Harar, Harar, what, how am I saying? Haraf, sorry. Henrietta, Taff, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Frank, thank you so much for joining and welcome. If you're not following me, please follow me. I'm trying to get this account to 10K, inshallah. Thank you so much for the hearts. Like I said, I want to know, where are the people who plan the events in your family, or are you the person who plans events in your family? Where are you? Okay. I think I'm speaking to them. Thank you so much. Okay, so I also want to know, what do you all think is the number? Don't cheat. Okay, what is the number one term that is being used in the search engines? Does anybody know? Any guesses? Come on. Give me some guesses. I want to see some terms. It's just one word. No, I'm not going to repeat that one. It's not that one. So what I'm asking is, if you know what the number one word, it's just one word that is used in the search engines. I don't know what that means. You all need abbreviations. I don't. I have to ask my young folk what some of these things are. I don't know what some of these abbreviations are. You got to type it out for me. I'm sorry. Okay, so I see Yusbi, D Nickel, Daisha, Rosie, Mary. Does anybody, there are over 300 people in here. It's got to be what? No. What is the number one searched term in that people use in the search engine? Does anybody know? It can't be the word what? No. So I'm talking to event planners, those who plan events. So you do? Okay, well, what is it? What's the term? It's just one word. Alyssa, thank you so much for joining. Welcome. If you all are not following me, my name is Radia. Feel free to follow me. If you all been keeping up with what's going on in the news in the US, they are trying to ban TikTok. And so those of us who are part of TikTok, we want to get paid from TikTok before the US takes it away from us, right? So I need that follow, please. I need that follow. I need you to tap the screen so that the algorithm sends out hearts so that others know that this room is live, this space is live, and that they might want to join in on the conversation. So you all give up on that term? No one else wants to try to guess? What is the number one search term that is used? It's only one word. What is that word that is most widely used when it comes to search engines? Let's see. Muhammad, did you say? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Anyone? Not TikTok. No. No. Thank you so much for the follow. Nope. Okay. You all give me enough to work with. Let me know that you're paying attention. The number one word that is used in the search engine is travel. Travel. Okay. And that's something we all do, many of us. Yeah, Google is the search engine, quote unquote. But yeah, most people, the most widely used term that they're using, especially if they want to, plan events, they're looking at up the word travel. Okay. And excuse me, for us as Muslims, it's very significant and important to us that we travel because lots of times, many of us, we feel that we can't fully practice the way that we're supposed to as Muslims. So Allah removes that excuse from us by reminding us that His earth is spacious, as to say, you're not going to have any excuses. There's no reason why you can't practice Islam. You have the whole earth. You have the whole earth to find a place that you feel you can practice your deen. So there's that. And then we have some sayings from Hadith, excuse me, that we are to live in this world as a traveler, right? That one of the ways in which, again, going back to Quran, we are to know, Allah has created us of many tribes and nations so that we may know one another. And so I feel, having been a world traveler my own self, alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik, the best way to know people is to know them in their land. Know them in their land, right? Maybe you can't live there, but you can possibly travel there, right? Inshallah. So, people aren't, all necessarily the same. If they're from another country, they're not going to be the same in another country as they would their own home country, right? So I feel the best way to know them is to go see them in their own lands. And the only way that can be done is to travel. So, okay. So why am I talking about this as it relates to event planning? There's weddings, there's graduations, there's like I mentioned, reunions. These are all things that we're all, in some respect a part of, or do, or know someone who does, right? And so I'm saying, for those of you who already are doing this, you all are leaving money on the table by not doing what Allah has blessed me to do and being a travel business owner. If you are not a travel business owner, you're leaving money on the table, because there's a lot of ways in which we can save money. We can help others to save money. And by marrying your event planning business with travel, oh my gosh, the money that you are leaving on the table, the money that you can make, right? So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. Becoming or taking a look or considering becoming a travel business owner, so that you can make more money from the events that you plan, right? I don't know about you all, but I'm not the type that I like to leave money. There are those here in the States. I don't know that many people from other states are have this thing like they do in the States about couponing, right? Couponing, grouponing. We always want to be able to save money, and we think that we could do the best, especially when it comes to travel, by doing our own research and planning our own trips. But I'm here to tell you, every time you use Google, since we brought up Google, every time you use Google or some other search engine or anything, going around using a travel business owner or a travel agent, there are companies tied to that, companies and commissions tied to that. So you're giving your money by booking this trip, thinking you're your own travel agent, right? Or all everyone's business is tied to the internet, and so you're giving complete strangers money, and you don't know what they're going to do with it, what they support, none of that. So we're saying, know who you're dealing with. Don't be, don't get involved in being the middle person. Be able to put yourself in a position where you're speaking directly to the vendors, to those businesses. We're talking about Hilton, we're talking about Marriott, we're talking about the Radisson, we're talking about Hertz, Enterprise, Amtrak. These are all vendors, right? These are all modes of transportation, different things I mentioned as it relates to the transportation industry as a whole, right? Greyhound, Megabus. These are all things, and excursions, things that we like to do. Maybe some of you like to go to theme parks. You go on safaris, you go on tours, you go to a botanical garden, you go to the zoo. These are all things that are a part of the travel industry. And if and you're planning your events and you're including these kinds of things, you are leaving money on the table, letting people become their own travel agent instead of you positioning yourself as a travel business owner or travel agent, independent travel agent such as myself, so that you get all of that money. And another significant thing about travel, especially for us as Muslims, is we are obligated to do one thing. We are obligated to do one thing. If we've never, ever traveled anywhere, or we don't desire to travel anywhere, we are supposed to make Hajj at least once in our lifetime. And so you have to travel in order to do that. Okay. Thank you so much for the heart. I appreciate that. And if anyone, has not followed me, I would appreciate the follow. Like I said, all of us, you see all of us going live. We all have the same agenda. For those of us that haven't reached, 10K, we're trying to reach 10K, so that, especially if we're in the US, because they're trying to eliminate, just, wipe out our ability to use TikTok, because there's too many people becoming 6 and 7 figures earners, because of TikTok. Okay. And I would like to be able to be one of those that reaches that pinnacle place before, they cut it off, for us in the US. And it may cause, if they do this, it may cause so many people, again, when we're talking about travel, it may cause so many people to uproot the US and live somewhere else so that they can continue using their TikTok and making their money from TikTok. It may go totally south on them if they try to do that, So I did see some hearts. I want to acknowledge that. Thank you. And again, if you're not following me, we're trying to get it to 10K. I need that following. I would like to be able to have a TikTok shop on this particular channel on TikTok. I have one on, alhamdulillah, Mubarak. I have one on my other, one of my other channels, and that is Pad Specialist. So if you're not following that page, follow that one too. Each page that I have, each channel that I have is distinct from the other. You won't see the same information. So you're like, wait, I'm already following you. Okay, alhamdulillah, I appreciate that. But each account is different, I promise you. If you look at each of my accounts, they are all different. They are not the same. And yes, I am spreading myself thin. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Barakah fiki. But I don't want to confuse people like, she's all over the place. I mean, I am all over the place, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for the follow, Barakah fiki. But and for the rose, thank you, alhamdulillah. So, I need, things to be compartmentalized. So that's why everything has to be separate. And I don't know too many people that are doing it the way that I'm doing it. I pray a lot. It works. It's working to an extent. I have a shop on one, and alhamdulillah, barakah fiki. And very soon, inshallah, I pray that I'll have one here as well. So and on some of my other accounts as well. That as many as I can get. Hey, however Allah wants me to get paid. Being a multiple income streamer. Having many streams of income, inshallah. Yeah. So I want to welcome everyone that I didn't get to welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, alhamdulillah. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation, sis, inshallah. message me, inshallah, so we can have a side conversation, inshallah. But for those of you who are not aware, like I said, I am an independent travel agent. We like to say travel business owner because we own a business. It is a 1099. We get to file, everything that we do. We get, tax write-offs, and things of this nature. We get to save. We help other people save. And so many of us, if we haven't made Hajj or Umrah, we intend to, or we know people who want to. And in fact, that's one of the reasons that that attracted me to the industry is, not only had I not made it, but I know several others who haven't made it either. And if I can position myself, for my family and I to make Umrah and or Hajj, Alhamdulillah. But if I can help others to do the same, by embracing this opportunity, or encouraging them to patronize me, alhamdulillah. So there's so many out there, right now with the company that I'm with, we have 120,000 live agents, active agents, right? So there's plenty of room, and it's low cost. All you don't need a degree, you don't need a diploma, you don't need a certificate. All you need is what we're using right now. Many of us, we're on our phone and we have the internet, right? That's all you need. That is all you need. Okay. So if you've never thought about getting in the travel industry, being a travel business owner, we do have a full presentation that I can share with you. So if that is of interest to you, be sure to let me know and message me saying that you would like to see the presentation, inshallah. And, for those of you that are Muslim, watch that, then make your istikhara. So this way you have a more informed istikhara that you'll be making or will have made, inshallah. So, yeah, so event planners, maybe, like I said, you are the go-to person. You do the reunions, class reunions, family reunions, school reunions. Maybe you plan weddings, right? Um, Graduations, any of those kinds of things, aqiqas, right? Um, Maybe you're that person. So I want to help you, and even if you are a nonprofit organization and you all plan events, you all have speakers that come, you all do um, events yourselves, right? Thank you so much for the hearts. And so I'm saying stop leaving money on the table, double your income, double the money that you could possibly be making, off of your event by being a travel business owner, inshallah. Okay. And so, you all can be sure to click the link in the bio and, look at everything there as it relates to travel. I've mentioned excursions and tickets there. Maybe there are those of you that like sports. You want to go to a sporting event, right? And you've never had the pleasure of going to one because maybe the prices of the tickets are too much for you. Thank you so much for the heart. And so this would be one way you could get it at a discount. Now there are things once you become a part of our family that you can engage in to get certifications in. The more certifications you get, just like in education, the more certifications you get, the more letters behind your name, the more that you have access to savings, access to more money that you can make, more streams of income, right? Many of us, we aspire to be millionaires. And, I want to be better than that or more than that. I want to be a multi-millionaire, inshallah. That would be the minimum, if I can get the next tier, alhamdulillah, but minimally a multi-millionaire. So that means more than one way of making money. And in travel and within our business opportunity, there are seven ways in which you can make money with this opportunity, if you so choose. And so I want to very quickly touch on, because I only have a few more minutes. I want to touch on what really got me involved with this opportunity and why I'm sticking and staying. So Donald Bradley, who is the CEO of this company that we're a part of, and it is Planet Marketing IntelliTravel. It's two businesses in one. And so what captured, because I was in this opportunity before under another company. We won't talk about that one. But with this one, he has he has encouraged us to seek the minimal um, position in the company, which is called a director, right? And so a director is one who has helped 100 people. Some of you all may be familiar with multi-level marketing, network marketing, and they encourage you make your list of 100 people. Okay, I'm not going to necessarily tell you to do that, but just to say that perhaps you do know 100 people, but not all 100 people are going to get involved. We know that, um, our closest friends and our family, they're just, they'll talk us out of it if they could, because they don't think it's a good idea, you know. And many of us, unfortunately, we listen to them because we value them, we love them, right? But if you are aspiring to be a millionaire or a multimillionaire, don't you think you need to listen to them? Because they've done it. Not your cousin Joe, Pookie, and them, right? Okay. So, number 45, who may also who may become what 40, what is it, 47? Yeah, 47, right? We'll know in November, right? Unless somebody offs him, tries to off him again. But anyway, many people I know that have six figures and more that are in the US have said they made more money with number 45. So that's why they want him back in office. Okay. So anywho, um, yeah, so I know well over 100 people. If you all are checking me out, you don't know me, you see that I have well over 1,000 people that are following this account, right? And in the house, me personally, I believe I'm at 2,000 of followers on Clubhouse. The house is over 3,000. Facebook has over 4,000. I've got numbers. I've got all these people, but do they support me? Do they all support me? No. I would be that multimillionaire right now if that were the case. And so what I'm saying is, with the few that I do have as business partners, they know people that I don't know. And so, together, the lump sum is, whoever I know and decides that they want to be a part of this, and the people that they know. And so it's not you trying to come up with 100 people yourself, but collectively, right? And so, not only that, but one of the things as Muslims that we are obligated to do is to leave our family an inheritance, right? If Allah blesses us to have something to leave behind. There are those that, they'll leave behind debts. Now I want to leave behind a legacy of residual income. And so that is what this opportunity gives us, an opportunity to have money residually to get paid more than once in a month's time. Again, the more that you do, the higher the ranks that you are, the more money you have coming to you, the more times you can get paid, right? So, when it comes to this, many of us, we have seen our brothers and sisters who have been unwell, and we have had to do what? Do GoFundMe's, launch goods, and that's fine. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. But what I hate to see the most is, the woman who left as a virgin, left her father's home, and when she got married, she moved into the home of her husband, and he did everything. Right? Paid all the bills. She didn't have to worry about anything. Took care of everything. Even gave her an allowance, right? but he didn't take care of his paperwork in terms of his last will and testament. And so when he may get sick. And so the money that he makes stops or doesn't come as often, right? Depending on what he was doing and how he positioned himself and his income, right? But much of the time we hear that, the husbands, they work, they're not necessarily wealthy, that they have their own businesses. And even if they did, it may not be a business where it's well off that, they can have, a 6 month, a year off from it and still have the same amount of money coming in, right? That's rare. It happens, but it's rare. But in this example that I'm trying to paint this picture of for you is, so this husband gets sick. So there's the medical bills, the hospital bills, right? And then Allah forbid, Allah takes him, you know, meaning he passes, right? And so what do? We're doing the GoFundMe, we're doing the launch goods, to make sure the sister is not destitute, or the sister and her children are not destitute, right? And so I'm saying, with this opportunity, when you reach the minimal level of having helped 100 people, becoming a director, you are then asked, you're to fill out a form asking who your beneficiary is, so that this money that that you make in the event of your passing will be able to go to those or that person who is your beneficiary, inshallah bismillah. So that's what really inspired me to get involved with this opportunity. That and the fact that, like I said, I'm a world traveler. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. We've my family and I, we've lived in 4 countries. Alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik. And traveled to more than that. But nonetheless, I wanted to make sure that whenever we traveled, that we're saving the most money, that we maybe at some time, because there's so many of us, we're getting the basic, we have to get coach, right? But and then staying in a hotel, we just have your basic rooms, right? Well, because I am a travel business owner, I can then go to the merchant, directly to the merchant. I don't have to speak to someone in the middle, where we're playing phone tag or whatever. I can present myself as a partner and speak to the head man in charge, right? And say, I'm one of your I'm one of your business partners, and I'm here on business, and I would like to be able to get an upgrade, right? And sometimes that upgrade, it may cost you a few dollars, but in many cases, from having heard from my many business partners, they don't have to pay for an upgrade. They could go from a regular room to a whole suite, and they don't have to pay the difference or whatever it costs, for that suite, right? But you not being involved in this business, you're not going to have that same luxury as us. So I'm saying, position yourself as a travel business owner, an independent travel business owner or agent, so that you can have perks like that too, inshallah. And imagine going on a vacation, right? For some, there's the fall and winter breaks that are coming up, and that's probably, for the non-Muslims, that is the most widely time that people travel during those particular times, right? To be with their family. And so imagine, I can only imagine what the hotels look like around the country during that time, right? And you've positioned yourself as a travel business owner, and you don't have to stand in those long lines, or anything like that, right? All because you've decided to be a part of this opportunity. Um, You know, maybe you want to you've never experienced a private jet. You can get a private jet. Maybe you want a private limo. You can get a private limo. You want to get a yacht. You can get a yacht. And it's affordable once you've positioned yourself as a travel business owner. Okay. So um, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys. If any of you all have an interest in seeing our presentation, you are more than welcome to message me and I will be sure to send that right over, inshallah. But if in the event, like I said, you're traveling and the average home, especially for those of us that are Muslim, you're looking at 6 children, right? 6 children. And so if you're able to go on a vacation, it might be once a year and you're spending all this money you've saved all year long so that you can take your children to Disneyland or wherever, right? That's one of the most widely places to travel to in the US, right? And so you're talking about your hotel, maybe you were renting something as far as transportation, and you're not just going to go to Disney World. You got to go to SeaWorld and Epcot Center and Busch Gardens and, all these other places, right? So you're looking at staying a minimum, I would say 5 to 7 days at least, right? And so you spent all this money. We didn't even talk about the food, right? And you spent all this money and you're already thinking about, oh my God, I got to get hurt. I can't wait till this is over. I got to get back. You have anxiety because you got to get back to your job so you can make that money back or you can replace what you spent. Well, I'm saying position again yourself as a travel business owner so that while you're on your vacation, when you go home, you're going to have that money waiting for you. It's going to it's on its way to you. Or, for those of you that are able to stay on your vacation a little longer, you could be getting paid while you're on vacation. Right? Okay. So that's what I wanted to share. I see a lot of you all have joined me. I thank you so much for joining. If you are not following me, I do ask very kindly for the follow because I am trying to grow this account to 10K. Some of you are well aware that I have several other accounts here on TikTok as well as on Instagram, even though I'm not on Instagram this evening. And each one is different and unique from the other. And, each of them I'm trying to grow to 10K. So since you're here, you can go ahead and follow me here, inshallah. So I would appreciate that. And I do appreciate your coming here. And I hope, something that I shared was of interest to you and that you would want to know more. So again, feel free to message me. And especially if you want the presentation, just mention that, I saw part of your live and I would like more information on how to become a travel business owner, or at least to see the presentation, so that you can make, and then you go ahead and make your istikhara, you pray on it, right? And then from that, you if your answer is no, you will have made an informed decision. You'll know why you're saying no rather than just saying no, right? We want to know why you say no, just like when we don't get our prayers answered, we want to know why. Right? And so this will be your way of knowing why it's not for you, by checking out the presentation. Musa, assalamu alaikum. Yes, thank you so much for joining. I do have to get off here. I wasn't going to be on here long, at least on this account. I still have to go on Pad Specialist, but it'll be a minute before I do that because I got to run a quick errand, inshallah. But for those of you who are new to me, again, my name is Radia. If you are not following me, please follow me. I am trying to grow this account to 10K so that before I pray a lot that, this doesn't happen, that, the US is banned from TikTok. And I know China will fight hard for that because I know we're the ones making them the most money. I know we are. And so they're going to, as they've been, speaking, if you all been paying attention to the hearings, they're really fighting for us. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. And I pray the same for you, inshallah. But, so if, the US gets away with, banning it for us in the US, they're gonna mess they're gonna mess up a lot of people's money, and so much so that many of them will probably leave the US just so that they can go somewhere else, so that their money supply is not cut off, because TikTok was the very thing that has helped them to get to 6 and 7 figures. And I want to get to there. I want to get there as well. So please follow me, inshallah. And I want to thank everyone who has joined the live today, the room. Feel free, for those of you unfamiliar with Clubhouse, I have many rooms there. Feel free to join any of them, check any replays. Taking Care of Five Before Five is the house there. And so, and if anything that we need to talk about, you feel that we need to converse about, that's going on in the community, going on with the sisters, going on with the brothers, let me know. I don't shy away from anything. We talk about any and everything, inshallah. I will go ahead and close so that I can leave to do this last errand, and join me again. I don't know how long it's going to be, because I don't know what the road's looking like. This is a party night per se, and I have to go, it's a nice little piece away. So I would say probably in the next hour, you can look for me on Pad Specialist, for those of you that are not, or even if you are following that page, inshallah. Join at Clubhouse. No. Let's see. Will I be on Clubhouse too? No. I'm not gonna be on Clubhouse, but I will be on, inshallah, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, as well as here on TikTok under the Pad Specialist for TikTok. So, and of course, StreamYard, inshallah. So, inshallah, I'll go ahead and close. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min adh-dhalimin. Ameen. And as I always say, be resilient, inshallah, and have PAD, P-A-T, look, I'm seeing your T, P-A-D as in David, S as in Sam, PAD Specialist, yeah. And so, again, be resilient. Have a good rest of your day, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you again so much for joining. I hope that you follow me so that you can help me get to 10K, if for no other reason, so that, I can, get on that bandwagon of having TikTok pay me before, the US bans us from the use of it. Inshallah. I pray Allah doesn't come to that. But again, thank you. And you all have a good rest of your night, evening, afternoon, morning, or what have you. And thank you again for joining. Assalamu alaikum.